Good evening and welcome back. It's Matthew Rogers and the time now is 8 PM on Thursday 22nd of the 6th 2017. Here you see on the screen the US Navy map submerged. I mean, they've known this for a long time, haven't they? And it will submerge. Here in the UK we will get flooded as well. We're going to have those sea lines coming in. The coastal areas are rising, and it's again evident that I've seen this every single day. And I've bought books as well. I've had a couple of books that have been sent to me through the post, and these books are very, very interesting. It's got lots of information in them. I ordered this book as well from John White, and it's been delivered again this morning, so I'm going to study this book as well. As it says at the bottom of the screen there, too many coincidences and warnings signs are being discovered by scientists for us to ignore, the public. They're just hiding this from us, because again, just preparing is very important. Here's another book from John White that I've had received this morning, that I ordered some weeks back when you can see this. So I'm going to now go to some subscribers footage and images, because we're getting lots coming in now. So again, respect to all of you. This is an image that was brought in today by a Catty Monaghan, and respect to you, Catty. And she's seeing a red reflection behind those clouds on an early morning sunrise. Now this red reflection you can see just at the background is from the Nibiru system that's coming in. There's lots of red reflections now that are being shown up in the skies, and people are seeing this now. So again, Catty, thank you for sending this in. These again, some fantastic images that's brought in by another subscriber, Mario Rogers, and he's again seeing the evidence. I mean, look at those skies. There is two reflections on this image. You can see this red haze and also this white colouring up there in the skies. Let me move to another one of Mario's images. This again is fantastic, Mario. Thank you for sending this in. Now I believe this isn't the sun. You can see that red reflection and this heavenly object. I don't believe this is the sun, because it's coming from the opposite side. Look at these chems and this grey haze up in the sky. I mean, it's red, isn't it? It's an object that's either in front of a celestial body, but I mean, again, on the image you can see those trees. They're just very unhealthy, aren't they, on the land, and those chems. So again, fantastic image. This again, Mario, fantastic. I mean, you can see that red haze in the sky, those chemtrails, and there's two objects that are beaming. You can see the reflections there, can't you? They are pumping the skies everywhere around the globe now to hide the system. It's just so evident that they're doing this all the time now. I mean, it's very strange looking, isn't it? I mean, it's trying to burn through those chems. You see that reflection that we see on sunrise, this red haze that we see that has not been seen before on the horizons. We don't see or haven't seen this in the past, this red sky all the time. These reflections coming from the binary twin and Nibiru. I mean, on the NASA cams we see this haze on the opposite side of the clouds facing down. We see the reflections, and NASA only just turn the cams around the other way to the International Space Station. They won't turn it out towards the sun, so we will then, if they did, we will see the star, we will see the binary companion twin. It's out there. So again, Mario, this is just fantastic. With these images, Mario sent me a message stating that he's very worried because he has never seen the skies like this before. For many years he's studied the skies, and the changes are so evident now. They really are, and they are covering something up there, aren't they? Today, this afternoon here in the UK at 12 PM, it got very, very dark, and then again got lighter. Now, it was cloudy all across today here in the UK, but behind those clouds, it just got very dim and very red. So there is huge reflections coming in now. So Mario, thank you very much for your respect and sending the information in, and also these fantastic images that we have now shared to every single subscriber. And many other people, hopefully they've woken up, because we're seeing all of it now. These next images are from a Susan Fanelli, and where she is in the part of the world she has seen and seeing the halo. And these images are very interesting as well, because there's a dark patch to the left side of the sun, and I have spoke about this patch, this dark shadow, many a times, but she's caught this image. So let's go through the footage and we can see how evident things are getting now. This is another image from Susan, and you can see those chems, and also there's some chemtrail activity going down the bottom of the image. But I mean, they're covering the sun so much now, just to hide the binary twin, just to hide those objects that are up there. But they're just harming us, as they're doing this all the time, every day. Okay, on this next piece of footage you can see this, can't you, that Susan's brought in. I mean, you can see now the start, there's the sun, and the start of this dark patch to the left hand side. It's just a cloaking object that's up there that's covering part of the sun. Because the thing is though, she was quite shocked in her email, saying that this is very strange, and also it's still very strange, as they said as well. She'd said that the trees are far too unhealthy looking. There's no leaves on the trees. Here again is another image that's been brought in by the same subscriber, and you can see there where you got the sun and that huge dark shadow to the left hand side again, and also the trees. I mean, everything is changing now, isn't it? So I mean, let's go on to another image from Susan, and we are catching this dark shadow to the left hand side of the sun, aren't we? I mean, it's so clear, isn't it? And we've seen this shadow as well on the Chile cams, okay, where we get this dark patch, and I believe they're blocking the area so we can't see it. It's much darker to the right hand side, so again, more evidence is coming through, isn't it? Here we are looking at the patch, the dark shadow here. Very, very clear now, isn't it? And also, when taking these images, it's dark, isn't it? Very, very dark there in that area of the world. So again, thank you for sending these in, and let's move on to some other subscribers' images. We had some images on the last video of Jason Handa, very kind subscriber, and he is again seeing those skies, and he's persistent. He's always looking up at the horizon of the sun, and always down on the sun down as well. He's watching it very carefully and noticing a lot of strangeness, a lot of cheming as well, and red reflections. So again, Jason, thank you for sending these different images in. So let's move on to another image that Jason sent in. Here's these strange chems, these strange cloudings in the sky here, and also all this haze, and this chem that doesn't move in the sky, it just stays there. This is the sun down, but you've got these other reflections. And I believe as well that once these if these chems were not there on the screen, we would see the sun's companion. And it's again too dark on the screen, so I'll move on to another one of Jason's images. This is a spectacular image. I mean, you could see those reflections, can't you, from other objects that are in front of the sun before sunrise, and these chems that are being burnt away. We're seeing this all the time, and the trees and the land, I mean, it's all around us, as I said before, but you could just see the colours, the textures. The blue skies are missing. I mean, there's a lot of red haze there on the horizon as well. So again, Jay, thank you for your respect, and thanks for sending these in. These are more fantastic images coming in from this kind subscriber, Jacob. And we're seeing the same skies around the world, as I said before. We're seeing those trees that are very unhealthy, and this dimness in the sky. And this is the opposite side of the sunrise as well. I mean, look at this. This is a light source that's up there already on early hours of the morning. At 6 AM, you can see this. There is definitely something that's up there in this area here. And these thick chems and clouds are covering it. So let's move to another one of this excellent subscriber's images. I mean, look at this. This is 100% showing those chemtrails. And many still people explain and come across to say that they're just contrails. They're from near airports. Just sprays from close to airport areas. I mean, come on. I mean, look at this. They spray above those natural cloudings that are just damaged. They're just damaged now. Their hydrogen is just being ripped out of their skin now. I mean, look at this. It's so evident. And these dark chems as well. I'm going to do a short documentary about these dark chemtrails as well. I mean, look at this colour as well. This is a different colour reflecting from another body. And look at this red haze. This red haze. I believe the sun is rising behind these, and there's another light source as well. Red reflection. Just outstanding, Jacob, what you've sent in here. Absolutely spectacular, but very dangerous, because this incoming system is getting closer now, and they just keep blasting and spraying our skies with the military all the time, every day, 24/7. This is another image. This 20 minutes after the first image. I mean, straight away those chemtrails are working their way to cover up the sky, so you don't get to see those heavily celestial bodies that are up there. And also, they are trying their hardest to try and cool the atmosphere down, because the binary companion star is with our sun. That red haze is proving that there's something with our sun. The sun rises and it's far too red. Our blue skies are being trashed now to a silvery haze every day. Just so evident, isn't it? I mean, Jacob's got it right here. You can see that reflection, that red haze. And I mean, this dark clouding doesn't move at all, and also the chems. Just in this all the time now, and just want to wake everyone up, because more people around the world are looking up to the skies now and asking to themselves what's going on, because news media don't say nothing. So again, thank you for sending these in. An absolute kind, respected subscriber. And any other people, just send in your images, please. It's very important. Again, here's more evidence of chemtrails and chemicals being pumped up there to cover our sun and cover other objects that are illuminating the horizons red and other different colours that we've not seen before. Jacob is using a very high performance camera to zoom in on this image. Here we are again, more chemtrails, more poisons, more toxins, just spraying in front of our sun, as the sun is now at its solar maximum, as it's being agitated. Far too many coronal activity from these solar flares that are hammering our Earth's magnetic shield. So again, Jacob, just brilliant, you sending these in for the world to see these. Another fantastic image. I mean, you can see clearly that what they do to the skies. I mean, if we just want our blue skies back, we want to see our natural sun, we want to see our natural celestial moon, we want to see the stars, we don't want to see pollution that's being spread out there in our atmosphere. Because we all know that Nibiru is a real celestial body, and we know that it's incoming. We see the red reflections, we've seen the celestial body. We've just have to stand up to these criminals, because spraying skies has got to stop now, because it's a situation where every single one of us are breathing this toxic chemicals in all the time. More stunning images from Jacob as well. I mean, look at this, okay? This is not our sun, but if you look closely, there's an object that's behind here. Can you see this? And this strange chem haze in the sky. So again, I mean, a fantastic image, isn't it? Proving that we've got these objects that are being covered up all the time. I mean, that is not the sun, is it? Not the moon. There is something else behind there. Look at this as well. I mean, look at that trail, that trash. It's all chemicals. They are spending trillions of our taxpayers' money and the government are throwing it away up there in the skies, covering this whole system. I mean, you can't tell me it's just weather patterns. You can't tell me it's just to control the weather. I mean, they never did this in the past, did they? They did not do this. We saw our natural clouds, not these chemtrails. And now we're in 2017. We're coming up to June, July, and it's, I mean, look at it. I mean, look at the trash. Look at the thickness of what they're doing. I mean, this is all landing down on our ground and harming everything, isn't it? I mean, it's got to stop now, isn't it? It really has. And Jacob's got it right here on the images. I mean, look at it. I mean, it's absolutely, I mean, we're all getting it right now, aren't we? We're all standing strong and noticing that the changes are here now. Another fantastic image. I mean, you can see this. It's so important that we stand strong, because these huge reflections are not from our sun. These reflections are coming from the binary star, and also with the celestial bodies, Helium and Nibiru. I mean, every one of us now is starting to notice the changes, and you can't debunk these images. You really can't, because those colours are there now. Look on the land, it's too dark. I mean, when's this going to stop? Because I believe as well, when they do stop chemtrailing, then, I mean, there's going to be an event, isn't there? Something that is going to come across towards us. I mean, we're going to see it, aren't we? Because Nibiru is knocking on our door. It's right behind our back doors now. There's another of the first image that you saw earlier on that's slightly zoomed in more. I mean, it's so clear, isn't it? That is not our sun. There is an object you can see that's red behind there. Can you see this? I mean, just here. And there's something, I mean, this is being cloaked, covered, and everything. They're paying a lot of money to cover this from humanity, as we're still carrying on paying our tax money, and it's so upsetting, because this huge pole shift will occur, but they are doing this to stop humanity from recognising the differences in the skies. It's only the ones that are wide awake to this situation to understand that we are now heading for a pole shift. I mean, look at this. It's so evident, isn't it? I mean, look at all the trash. I mean, this is such a recent photo. It was only taken a short time ago. I mean, it's all happening just right under our noses. And if they're spending trillions and trillions of dollars and pounds and whatever money that's being spent in other parts of the large regions around the world, then they have got the money to build those underground cities, haven't they? Because they're doing this, okay? They are doing this to buy time, spraying the skies to cool the atmosphere down, because they know that Nemesis, the companion star, is with our sun. It's between us and the sun, and they're biding their time as they're building those cities. And it's going to be a shock to many billions of people when these weather patterns change so frequently. I mean, today we got thunderstorm for about 2 minutes, and it stopped, and then it got very, very hot. The jet stream is finished. The ozone layer, the greenhouse effect is in play. The ozone layer is finished. And these warnings were about 25 years ago. They are not giving us warnings now, are they? And news media are just lying to us all the time, those weather channels. It's just all pretend now. They're play acting in front of the public. So, again, Jacob, just fantastic images. Here's a brilliant image as well of sundown, okay, and red reflections and chemtrails. It's no wonder that the animal life now is slowly being extinct, and also plant life is dying. It's all slowly dying, and those crops here in the UK are not as healthy looking in the farm fields as they were from last year. So this weather chaos, this whole situation is starting to look very much evident now, isn't it? Because the Earth's poles, the Earth's magnetic field is letting a lot of activity from the sun coming in, and those chems are just they're not really doing anything, are they? All they're doing is landing on our ground, and there's more evidence. I mean, you can see that cobweb chem that's just dropping to the ground now from the sky. And when there's going to be lots of this webbed chem that lands on the ground, people will start then to ask questions of what it is, but then news media will come out with something else to say what it is. I'm going to leave you this last image, okay? Now, it's just absolutely stunning, isn't it? Using a high quality camcorder. I mean, just absolutely amazing. Where you can see that red haze. So, respect to all of you, and I will be back again very shortly to do another video